Hello, this is Susan Lynn, Diane's youngest sister. And the thing I loved most about Diane was how much she loved this kind of big, crazy family that we found ourselves in. She was the one that always wanted to make sure she spent time really getting to know each one of us. She was the impetus behind all of our long Zoom calls and always, can't we have another call? Can't we have another call? Or sending things on a text thread like, tell me a Christmas memory from when you were a child so I can feel like I grew up with you. I always just thought that was the sweetest thing and just loved how much she cared about all of us newfound siblings and the bigger family than we all thought we had. She was definitely a central, important part of that. So we love her and miss her. And
Hi, everybody. It's Diane's brother, Rick. I just wanted to say hello to everybody and thinking of you all. I wanted to share my first experience with Diane. We had met in San Diego where she was visiting her daughter, and it turns out she was going to a college reunion. And I asked her what college, because I went to college in San Diego as well. And she goes, oh, this little liberal arts college on Point Loma. And I go, I went to a small liberal arts college in Point Loma. She goes, oh my God. She went to Point Loma Nazarene College. I was there the year before when it was known as California Western University. What a small world, just amazing. I'm so happy that I met Diane then. I'm so happy that she was my sister and that I got to know her too briefly, but got to know her well. She and Bill are wonderful people, and God bless everybody. Take care.
Hi, my name is Carlin, and I'm one of Diane's many half-sisters. My favorite memory of her has to be when she was brave enough to invite 30 people to Alaska last summer. Many of them were half-siblings. There were a few cousins, and then, of course, any significant others were welcome as well. As it turned out, 9 of us made the journey to Juneau and Gustavus, which made our group 11, which consisted of 6 half-siblings, 4 of which were sisters and 2 brothers. Out of those 4 sisters, 2 of them were named Diane. If you watched the Bob Newhart show in the 70s, you may remember some characters that would make occasional appearances, and one would say, "Hi, I'm Larry, this is my brother Daryl, and this is my other brother Daryl." Well, we had fun taking pictures of ourselves with my sister Diane and my other sister Diane. We had a wonderful week together. It started out with a Thanksgiving dinner, and you may realize that none of us had ever spent Thanksgiving together, so that was a very special time and a very special memory. We had a lot of fun that week riding Bill's boat up Glacier Bay and seeing the whales and the beautiful scenery, and some of us hiked and some of us kayaked, and we just generally made some really special memories together. So it was a very special time, and I'm very appreciative of their hospitality and bravery in inviting us. I think she would agree. I know she would agree because she texted me from her hospital room in Seattle on November 7th, and she said, "Tonight, upon reflection, I'm especially thankful for our grand achievement of togetherness in July." Me too, Diane. Me too. Beyond the wonderful memory of our epic adventure, I most treasure the memory of Diane herself. I wish I had known her more than 4 years, but I'm thankful for the time we had. She was a wonderful person, a loving sister, a trusting friend. She'll be greatly missed, but I look forward to spending eternity with her in heaven. Until then.
Good afternoon. My name is Bob Baker, and I've been proud and blessed to have had Diane in my life for the last few years. In 2018, I got the shocking news that I was donor conceived, and Diane had the same revelation the following year. As the new kids in the family, and both of us thrilled to finally have the siblings we had longed for growing up as only children, Diane and I hit it off right away. Diane quickly became one of the most prolific contributors to our sibling Facebook group. Her eloquent, gracious thoughts and observations were always a joy to read. Diane embraced the startling news enthusiastically and set about meeting as many siblings as she could. My wife, Karen, and I were thrilled to meet her and Bill in person when they came to the San Francisco Bay Area early in 2020. Such a lovely and loving couple. We thought of them both as family right away. Last December, I was near Diane's childhood home and asked her for the address so I could walk the same sidewalks she had walked on and played on as a child and feel a new connection with her, as though we had known each other back then. When she gave me the address, Diane mentioned that she had an agreement with the home buyer to collect Meyer lemons from her parents' tree in the backyard, but that she had not done so in over 20 years. It occurred to me that it might lift Diane's spirits if I could get some of those lemons to her, sort of a way for her to reconnect with her parents and her youth. When I arrived, I walked up and down the street, imagining little Diane running around with her childhood friends, perhaps riding her trike or playing hopscotch or tag. Then I gathered up the courage to knock on the front door. The new owner was a little confused when I identified myself as Diane's brother, as she remembered Diane being an only child. So I took the plunge and explained how we came to be related. Her name was Rachel, and she is on the faculty of the California State University, East Bay. She was quite intrigued by our DNA story as it relates to the courses she teaches, and she invited me in. We sat and chatted in Diane's childhood living room for about 15 minutes, and then she took me out to the backyard. As I picked the lemons off the tree, I pictured Diane and her mom or her dad doing the same thing on that same tree, in that same yard, years earlier, and I felt our connection grow. I mailed the lemons to Diane and got several very happy reports from her about the delicious lemon meringue pies that she and Emily made using her mom's recipe. Diane brought love and light into the lives of everyone she met, including mine, and it was a joy to return the favor in a small way. I consider myself blessed to have known Diane, and I will never forget her. Thank you all for coming together today to celebrate her life.
I can even sing a verse of it.
Okay.
One day she left without a word. She took away the sun, and in the darkness left behind, I knew what she had done her. She left me for another, a common tale but true. A sadder man but wiser now, I sing these words to you. Lemon tree very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. Lemon tree very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat.
Very
Good job.